guys, welcome to CobraCast. My name is Ella Millard, and I'm here with...
Stacey Pierce.
All right, and today we are playing a little game where I have to guess her job by just asking her some questions. So we've got about 2 minutes, and I'm just going to see if I can guess her job. So if we can have like a timer on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Okay.
So what does your organization or business do?
We help people in our community and the surrounding counties.
All right. What does a typical work day look like for you?
Checking people in and out.
So are you in the psychology field or?
Kind of, yes.
Okay. What challenges come with this type of work?
Probably different health issues.
All right, and physical, mental health, or either or both?
Yeah, really both.
All right. How does your organization impact the community?
What we provide for the community, we provide it for free.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw out a little bit of a guess right now. I'm guessing you work in a healthcare adjacent field, psychology related?
Kinda, yes.
You work with healthcare and that sort of deal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. That's going to help me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So what education, training, or experience helped you with, in this job and helped you get the job?
Mm-hmm. So I graduated college with a psychology degree, but I also kind of worked in this field for a really long time.
What, entry-level positions exist in your company?
Really, we're kind of just volunteer-based. We have a couple of employees, but really hundreds of volunteers.
All right, and our final question. What advice would you give students interested in that career field?
Probably to use your own personal experiences and be able to be willing to meet new people and hear their stories and have a takeaway from that.
All right. So I'm going to throw out my loose guess, and you have to kind of tell me whether or not I'm on the nose or not.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess, kind of based on your shirt, you maybe run a volunteer house or help people who have just gone through surgeries or medical care, something like that, something along those lines.
You're super close. You're very, very close.
So can you describe your job for us a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we started something called the Our Promise House, and it is for cancer patients to stay at while they're on treatment here in Hot Springs.
All right. So wonderful. So that's kind of wrapping up our guessing portion, and now I'm just going to ask you some questions about your actual job.
Sure.
So can you kind of tell us about yourself and what your job is in this company and what you do?
Sure. So when I was 13, I started working for my dad, who's an oncologist here in Hot Springs, as a candy striper. I don't even know if they have candy stripers anymore, but I was that, and I kind of understood his passion for cancer patients, which made me excited to help the cancer community. And so went to college, came back, worked for his cancer clinic, and over time, we saw that patients needed assistance more than just medical assistance. They needed help paying for groceries. They needed gas cards. They needed help paying their mortgages or rent, because if they didn't have that help, they were missing appointments. And so we decided to start a nonprofit called Our Promise, and we started providing direct financial assistance for those patients in Garland County and about 30 surrounding counties, because the doctors here in Hot Springs, they satellite out to different towns like Mena, Nashville, and Camden, and Arkadelphia, Malvern. So we help those patients as well. But after doing that, we started that in 2010. We had a bigger vision of kind of a legacy project for Garland County, and we noticed that a lot of people were traveling into Hot Springs from those other counties that the doctors were going to, and they had to do that every single day. So when you're traveling 150 miles every single day and taking treatment, it's so tiring, and it costs a lot of money. And so we decided we needed to start raising funds and create the Our Promise House, which if anybody knows anything about those kind of houses, maybe like Ronald McDonald House, where patients and their families can come and stay while they're on treatment, and we do that for free through donations.
Yeah. So what would you say, like, what skills are most important for somebody who wants to run a nonprofit or wants to open one?
You have to be brave, and be willing to go and ask for the money, because really nonprofits, you just have to ask for money all the time. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. I just had a passion for cancer patients. If I was working for another nonprofit, maybe I wouldn't, be as driven to go do the things that we're doing. But I think, there are so many different nonprofits, especially in the Hot Springs community. It's very easy to find something that you want to give back to. And we actually have a group of young men that volunteer for us, and we offer them several different opportunities to go volunteer in the community, from Jackson House to Miracle League to working with our cancer patients.
Yeah.
And I tell them, my passion is cancer patients. Maybe yours is not, but we want to give these opportunities for people to find some kind of passion and be able to give back in their community for the rest of their life.
Yeah. So, other than, obviously the housing, what other ways does the Our Promise House help cancer patients in the community?
We're working on several different programs. We have a program that we've had for about 13 years, and it is a yoga program for cancer patients and their caregivers and cancer survivors. Then they can go and participate in a chair yoga class for free every week at the yoga place, which is really nice, where it's just quiet and they can breathe and they can just kind of have a moment outside of the clinic and, reflect. We also have a wig room at CHI Hospital where we provide free wigs to anybody that needs them.
So sweet.
Mm-hmm. And we also have the Young Men of Distinction program, and they get out and help us fundraise and get the word out about us. And we go into the community and do as much as we can, giving back. And I think last year we volunteered over 3,500 hours in the community, just our little group.
That's so wonderful. So let's see, can you share a moment that reminded you why this program why your work is important?
Mm-hmm. Actually, it was about a month ago, and running a nonprofit can be hard at times, because sometimes you're like, why do I even do this? Because it's hard, or it's sad, or you're not raising enough money. And we actually had a patient who stayed with us with his wife, and ended up talking to another director at the Our Promise House, and said, I had gone through cancer treatment before, and it wiped me clean financially, and just, it's too hard. I didn't want to do it again. But then we heard about the Our Promise House, and I decided to have my second round of treatment, and I think he's doing pretty good. But he was really appreciative to be able to stay there for free for weeks, or he would have chosen to not had his treatment at all. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you say your organization has grown over the last 16 years?
Sure. Well, in the very beginning, in March of 2010, it was kind of just me and my dad and our will to do good. And so at that time, we created the Young Men of Distinction program, which is for all high school young men that want to give back in their community. But that was a way for us to increase our volunteer base, but also have these guys go out in the community, talk about Our Promise, let people know that Our Promise exists and that we can help. And from gas cards to now we have this $1 million house, we've kind of come a long way.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you've mentioned the Young Men of Distinction program a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What is the main goal of that?
The main goal of that originally was to increase our volunteer base, but it's evolved over time. I think this year is our 15th year of the Young Men of Distinction program, It started out with 10 guys, and we begged their parents to, let them be in this program that we were making up as we went along. And now, over the past 3 or 4 years, we've had close to 100 young men in this community. 7 different schools last year were represented. And while they have learned a lot about cancer awareness and cancer education and different things like that, we've taught them, several life skills and how to be chivalrous and really just learn how to be present in your community, and hopefully they'll take that and then give back in their community wherever they land when they grow up.
Oh, that's such an amazing program for these younger students. Just bringing it back down to the students, the high school level, what advice would you give some high school students that would want to make a difference, especially in like a nonprofit way?
Definitely find something that you're passionate about. And maybe it's once a month and going and serving lunch at the Jackson House, or working at the library, or working with kids, or working with cancer patients. Find something that really gets you up in the morning, and that you really want to make a difference in that area, and that I think that'll help moving forward you to find your passion in that.
All right, so final question. What habits or mindset helped you become most successful in your work?
Not giving up. Many, many times we wanted to, and a good example of that is when we finally had enough money to break ground and start building our house. We got broken into 7 times in a row. And every single time they would come and they would rip the copper wires out or whatever and go and sell it, and we'd have to start all over again. So that put us behind months and months and months, and it was $70,000 more dollars. And at one point, I think I was crying on Facebook because I just couldn't stand it anymore. And I couldn't understand how somebody could do that. But then all of a sudden, we would have another little God wink, and we would just move on, and finally got the walls up, and here we are, and we got patients staying with us right now. So.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, so that's my last question for you. So that was all. Thank you so much to Stacey Pierce for coming and talking to us about the Our Promise House. And I think that's it. Bye.